Today on Cutting Edge, we will show you how to make steamed dumplings.
aka Jiaozi in a traditional basic version.
And not only that, we will make also sweet and sour sauce.
Which is untraditional to be served with steamed dumplings, but we like it.
Stay tuned.
We start by mixing our dough because that has to rest for about an hour before we can continue. I have here 300 grams of all-purpose wheat flour. There we go. I'm gonna mix in maybe a teaspoon of salt, 2 pinches. It's not really accurate. Just get that mixed in a bit. And then I need 150 to 160 milliliter of boiling water. And this is important because with jiaozi, you need to have boiling water, otherwise they don't become really good, the skins. So boiling water in, and then we mix it first with a spoon until it starts getting combined. Once it starts crumbling, we need to go in with our hands and start kneading. Be careful here because it is boiling water, but my hands, they can take some high heat. So we want to knead this until we form a smooth, nice dough.
You can't use a mixer for that process.
You could, but it's just, I don't know if you could actually. I'm not sure because you really have to squeeze it. It becomes a little bit crumbly in the beginning like this, you can see. And you can only get it right by squeezing it. So I don't think a mixer would work actually.
You need the tender of a human hand.
Tender and loving care. And now our dough has combined more or less. Then we're going to transfer it to a sieve surface here, which just going to dust a little bit. And then we continue. This will take a good 5-6 minutes before it's ready. When your dough is smooth and springy like this, then we're going to squeeze it into sort of disc. And then we're going to wrap it in cling film so that it doesn't dry out. This is important. Don't rest it in a bowl because then the surface would dry too much. So cling film and tight wrap. And then we leave that to a side for about an hour. For the filling, I have here 300 grams of minced pork, to which I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of diced spring onion and 2 tablespoons of diced ginger, minced ginger actually. That you can dial down if you don't like ginger that much, but I love ginger. So. And then a tablespoon of half a tablespoon, minced garlic. And we're going to give it a good pinch of salt, some black pepper. And then we're going to mix this up by hand until we have a smooth paste-like consistency. You want to massage this quite a lot so it gets really like smooth, sticky and springy. And I don't want to add too much soy sauce actually, but just a little bit to give some flavor to this. Maybe, I don't know, tablespoon, so not more. But you see how the consistency is becoming like, I like paste or something like that. That's what you want to see. You don't want to leave it crumbly. For the sweet and sour sauce, we're going to show you a quick and easy version.
But very, very delicious.
True, that's true. Rice vinegar, 120 milliliter into a pot, medium, and we have this on medium gas, by the way. 50 grams of sugar. You could use more sugar, but we like it a little bit more on the sour side. The original recipe for this quick sauce actually calls for 100 grams, so you can dial it up and down depending on what you prefer.
It becomes too sweet.
Yeah. Now we're just going to bring this to a boil and let it boil for maximum 5 minutes. When it's cooled off, we're going to add the other ingredients into a bowl. Tablespoon of minced ginger, finely minced, because this is not going to be cooked. And then a teaspoon of minced garlic. And here comes the easy part. 2 tablespoons of Sambal Oelek. That is the trick to making a really quick sweet and sour sauce. We mix this up. And see, there we have it. Super easy and super delicious. Time to fold our dumplings. First I'm going to show you how to make it the traditional way. Have a small lump of dough here. Just going to dust my surface a little bit. Then I'm going to squeeze that out and take a rolling pin, Chinese style rolling pin, Then you roll it out a little bit. Then you take it like this, and then you roll onto the middle. Turn it 90 to the middle. Turn it 90 to the middle. This way, you create a dumpling skin which is thinner on the edges and a little bit thicker in the middle. So when you fold it, then it's equally thick all the way around. However, this method takes forever, and your dough dries out, and a lot of problems with this, unless you have really speedy hands. So we're going to do something else. We are going to take out our trusted pasta machine, and then we're going to roll out sheets of dough with that. We cut our dough in quarters. Let me get one out here. There we are. And then we're going to cover the rest of the dough because we don't want it to dry out, and we need some time now to work with this one. Give it a bit of flour here from the surface. Form it into a long piece of dough. And then we roll it out on the thickest setting. Take it down, dust it a little bit, and then we're going to take it notch. Second round. This we're going to do notch by notch 4 to 5 times until it's paper thin.
That's a clever machine.
Yeah, it's excellent actually. And this makes it so much easier for us. Just remember to keep a bit of flour on the surface because otherwise it will start sticking. So. There we are. We're going to cut this into pieces like this. Like this. And then the question goes, which size do you want? Do you want them bigger or medium sized?
I say bigger so we have enough filling inside. Otherwise it's too much dough and no filling.
Perfect. That's a deal. Cut these out. And be careful because this is very thin now. So you don't want to destroy them. This. They will be so easy to deal with.
Imagine that you had to roll each one of them by the wooden stick.
Exactly. Then it will take all afternoon. And the dough, by the way, in the meantime will dry out. And all the leftover dough here, don't worry about that. That we will use again. We will just mix it up, knead it a little bit, and then let it rest for a bit. Then we use that also. Like that. And then we continue. Now I'm going to show you how to shape and fold them with, let's say, a teaspoon of filling, maybe a little bit more now we made the big ones. That looks about good. Then we fold them in the middle, more or less like a taco. And then we're going to pleat it here 3 times on this side, close it up, 3 times on this side, and close it up. And then you get that beautiful pleating and crescent moon shape on your dumpling. The first one won't look very good, but you'll soon get the hang of it. And we continue.
Well, that's one way at least of folding because there are hundreds of
many different, and it can be very intrigued designs, like when you get them in
you know.
when you get them in restaurants in China, they can be really beautiful. But I think this does a pretty decent job.
Well, you're a man of many talents, baby.
Thanks. And there we go again. So you keep it smooth on this side and pleat it on the other. Our first batch of little babies are ready here. So let's close this up. And then I'm going to place it in our wok with boiling water to steam for 10 minutes.
Let's see if they taste as pretty as they look.
I'm sure they do.
Well, you're an artist, that's for sure, honey.
Let's see. I'll let you try first to see what you say.
Exquisite.
The sauce?
Perfect, the sauce, and it's not too sweet, but still sweet and sour.
Very good.
The filling is very aromatic with the herbs inside and the onion.
Perfect. I'm going to try it with the sticky sauce that we made. That was for our Bao Bun episode. There's a link down below.
Very, very delicious. I'm loving it. It's very nice. And we can do many more variations, obviously.
This is excellent. This could be in a restaurant in Shanghai. Trust me.